with as well.
So the Mirana, I think, is interesting. I think it works pretty well with the two Fnatic supports. The net is a really good setup for Arrow, and she farms quite fast if you're just spamming Chakra Magic on Mirana. There have been builds in the past where, like, I even saw when at the height of the Soul Ring craze, people were going safe lane Mirana and then buying Soul Ring and using that to be able to spam Starstorm and Arrow to increase your farm rate. So that is something that the Keeper of the Light can kind of give to the Mirana, and boom.
Yeah.
More stall here as they do pick up the Tinker. It is okay with the ET. I mean, you can TP to the Spirit. I feel like they need somebody tanky to go and scout for them in the fights, though. They need somebody to be giving vision for all of the rest of their damage and whatnot to connect. So I don't know exactly what form that's going to end up taking, as Fnatic just grabbed. Pretty classic Tinker counter in the Nyx Assassin, probably going off lane this game, it looks like.
The Universe Nyx potentially would be interesting.
Yeah. Meteor Hammer.
Dude, the new people, there's like plenty of Meteor Hammer believers out there now. There's like a cult of Meteor Hammer believers at this point, and I could see why. I think it's a lot better than it once was. I don't know. I'm still I'm skeptical about that item, Cameron. I'm not really sure about it yet.
I think one Meteor Hammer between the Naga or the Nyx Assassin, well, between the Naga and the Nyx Assassin this game would be pretty good, actually. Like, if you're worried about the ET and the Tinker just non-stop spamming and making it difficult for you to actually work on the high ground, that's where, you know, you can potentially start to break that down with the Meteor Hammer. And both of those heroes have really good setup for it, so
yeah,
I think it's pretty value.
True. Yeah, I could see it being picked up. I'm curious though. I want to see it. I remember it came out and that everybody was not into that item, but I want to see more of the Meteor Hammer.
Yeah, it was so bad at first. It was.
Yep. But Lifestealer coming in for Fnatic, which is typical when you have a Nyx Assassin. It's a vehicle, a way to get the Lifestealer involved in these fights. You have the Vendetta, even Mirana to a certain extent as well, leaping in if you want that, but more so the Nyx Assassin. Lifestealer pretty strong against a lot of these heroes. I think this is a pretty good pick for Fnatic.
Yeah, I also like it as a little bit of a deny pick here, because I think the Lifestealer could have done decently for Boom in terms of being that hero to go and sit in the fight, just kind of tank up, give vision for the rest of their heroes to do what they need to do. And instead, they're going to go for a Phantom Lancer, which, I mean, he can kind of fulfill the same role, but I think a little bit more slowly. And that is my overall problem with the Boom ID lineup, is that they have... I don't feel like their lanes are very guaranteed at all. Like, Disruptor and ET don't bring that much to the laning stage. They can maybe run around and do a little bit of damage, but I think their kill potential is lacking until the Disruptor, say, gets like level 6, which is not easy necessarily. And then all of their other cores are somewhat slow, or depending on like mid-game timings more than doing stuff in the early game.
Well, let me put it this way. You were very skeptical of the last lineup, especially the Gyrocopter during the draft. Are you more skeptical of this lineup, or are you kind of similar, or do you think the last lineup was worse?
I like this lineup a little bit more. I think it has more of a plan. It has more scaling, so they aren't just gonna, they aren't gonna just get run down by the fact that they have a single core, and it has some more team fight, which I think is another. Well, actually, they had decent team fight in the previous game. It was more a scaling issue than anything else. But no, but I up a little bit more.
They have some avenues to win this game. Some of these out of control things get not quite, job at OD. Fnatic moving in second game, and Boom ID need a win here. They don't want to go down to the losers bracket, and winning a game against Fnatic, especially winning this entire series against Fnatic, would be absolutely outstanding for Boom ID. I mean, the heavily favorite at this point. Fnatic already have one game, trying to get to TNC, trying to get to that winners bracket matchup. See what happens is they will smoke up immediately. DJ will lead the way. Going to drop a ward down potentially, and they might try to find a fight here, but see how they want to approach this. If they go through up the stairs, maybe Boom will be ready for this. FBZ, St. Lucas, Kescute, Smoke will break. DJ's going to run in. He's got he's going to use it and gets cute. He's going to pop the kinetic shield. There's the arrow coming out, like you mentioned. The Illuminate. Good burrow might be enough to keep him alive. Maybe not. One more auto attack and Envy will get the job done. And now, can they get more? Will they just sit here, try to steal the rune in the meantime? The Astral will come through. Obviously,
it's going to get 1,000,000 damage.
But yeah, I mean, he's
well,
got
75.
But so he's got quite the staple gun, but I don't think they want to do anything. They're just going to back up. They're going to head bottom. Try to get the 2 runes down there. They might not get... They might only get 1. They might not even... I don't think Dream is...
None?
Yeah, are they going to get 0 runes? Yes, they're actually going to get no runes. That's pretty insane.
Oh, there you go. Was the first blood worth it? I guess not, because now Boom
Boom ID
technically have the net worth lead. So there you go. In all universe. Creep wave. Don't mind if I do.
Yeah, he just snagged that thing. See ya. Head back to my lane. A couple of wards placed down for Fnatic here towards the mid lane, and of course, top dining rune spot rather. Mirana and Tinker going toe-to-toe with the supports helping out. DJ only has Ensnare. They could still set up for another arrow and try to go and execute, but not the easiest, and they might not have enough damage to get a kill anyway, but see how this lane shapes up. This mid lane should be pretty interesting.
Yeah, these are weird supports to be like trying to interact on the mid lane with, but there you go. I guess there is actually a decent amount of threat with DJ here of like net into arrow on a weird angle or something like that, so do need to be a little bit careful. And they're just kind of sacking Envy, but I think this is like a look that we might... It's not necessarily what we saw out of Fnatic in the previous game, but this is something that I think Envy is relatively comfortable with, being the one that's actually not getting too much priority for his team. And they can catch him back up just fine. If the Nyx Assassin gets levels, then they can just run Nyx bombs all day, so it's not a big deal.
Universe is notable for getting a lot of farm being, getting a lot of work kind of early stages especially, and they're doing that now with the supports. Envy has, like you mentioned in the last game, they had the Lone Druid with no support helping him out. Abed gets really low. Thunderstrike should be fine. One more tick, 68 HP. He'll live, but he needs to salve being ferried out as we speak.
Thanks you.
And DJ even having a salve there, just so annoying. 7 armor on the Naga Siren, basically taking no damage from these right clicks off of the disruptor. More damage onto Envy's, doing his best to sustain up here. Actually getting punched down pretty hard by Jokum.
He might be dead. Open wounds coming out. He might be too little too late. He's gonna heal up. He's got a tango to use. Only when it comes out, but it will be the kill going the way of St. DeLucas and Jokum. Gonna take a creep wave and a couple of auto attacks from Pilot. I don't think he's either of these kills, sadly though. DJ runs in with a haste rune. Maybe he will. They're gonna pop the stomps and won't hit. Jokum gonna hit up with the Riptide along with an auto attack, and so they do get the kill with DJ just getting a fortuitous haste rune coming in at the top of the rune spot.
Yeah, that's the old 2-minute haste rune. Just getting
full rune.
Yeah, it's always feels a little bit nonsense, but it's just the 1 kill, not a huge deal. Mid lane, Tinker still struggling pretty hard in terms of CS, and now he's gonna get arrowed.
Riptide, they just need 2 auto attacks, and they'll have those from Abed. And that's what happens. You leave immediately with your support, and all of a sudden you just get stared and narrowed. If Ripper's there, maybe things go differently, but nice play from DJ being involved in this. He also gets the 2 points in snare as well, just to get the extra second duration so that you get the arrow off a little bit easier for Abed.
Yeah, just to guarantee it. I mean, especially with Tinker standing near creeps, Abed's often going to have to like leap sideways and then throw out the arrow. So nice, very minor adjustment from DJ. Abed, I mean, taking some harassment here, but giving as good as he's getting, and Tinker only 6 CS to his name at the moment, which is kind of scary given that during his mid game, especially before he picks up the Blink Dagger, he's going to be harried by the Nyx Assassin.
Nyx Assassin, yeah. Deep of the light though, Pilot Eye getting caught, stomped, hits nicely. Full auto attack, Pilot Eye will fall to this. Jokum getting the board again, getting another kill, getting into this 1-1-1. So they're putting a lot of pressure in this top lane, but the farm is still going pretty well for Fnatic, all things considered. The one issue for Fnatic is dealing with Dreamacell, and again, this was the problem in the last game, dealing with the Gyrocopter. Now you've got to deal with the PL, and doing pretty well so far.
Yeah, he's finding good farm. We haven't seen exactly what the build is going to be just yet, whether or not he is considering the Battle Fury. I mean, it's a slight option, but if he's worried that his Tinker is not doing so well, that he might feel that he needs to be able to fight along with his Sand King in the mid game.
Oh, man. Abed walks up and he deals with the range drop by Starstorming, but I don't know if he's enough damage now that he's using Starstorm. He's gonna have to leap away. He will. Lasers, heat-seeking missiles, the Astral coming in. They have a stomp available. Can't get it off in time. FBZ will salve him in the meantime. Very good raindrops, and DJ actually might die here. He doesn't snare Yokum. He's got 3 wand charges, 3 stick charges, but Yokum's got to run for this. He's got an Astral. It looks like Arrow does head onto FBZ again. Already down to 3 raindrops. Pretty interesting stuff.
Psychological damage. just keep landing every arrow. I mean, they already worked him pretty hard. Like Abed worked him pretty hard last game as the puck. So.
Oh yeah. He pretty much destroyed him. But this game feels a little bit closer. I mean, he's still down 10 CS, and he's died already. So, let's see. They can't keep pressuring. Dream of Cell now getting kind of run at by Pili Die, so they're leaving Envy up alone again, top lane. He actually has more CS than St. Lucas, surprisingly enough. But again, he has died once. We'll have Treads now, keeping even more tanky. Dream of Cell, I think, got impaled. He's a little bit low on mana. He's enough for a doppelganger.
FBZ, not again.
It's just that easy. It's snare into arrow.
Yep.
It's now 2 raindrops.
Missing top.
Not great.
And they've also got the potential like sleep arrow set up later on, something that we haven't seen necessarily a whole lot recently because Mirana hasn't been very popular, but could be something to look out for. And yeah, like you were just saying, Envy's actually doing really well up at the top lane. Definitely a hero that can actually kind of have a tolerable 1v1 against Sand King. It's still not ideal, but at least you got plenty of sustain coming in from the feast.
And now Dreamcell's really getting run at bottom. He's getting illuminated. The universe constantly spamming him with the impaled and mana burn, so starting to get a little bit difficult for Boom ID at this point. They're still hanging in there. There's a slight lead for Fnatic, but nothing too significant.
Yeah, this is the problem with their supports. Their supports are just susceptible to getting, like, to having their lanes bullied because they don't really bring kill potential, right? They can harass, they can burn a little bit of your regen, but in terms of actually finding kills, not so easy.
Oh my god. Yokum's still dead. They didn't even hit the arrow, and he still gets killed. Abed had an Arcane Rune. He's level 3 Starstorm, which does a ton of damage to Yokum. And that is a pretty easy kill. And he's going to keep wasting these raindrops. In fact, that was the last one for FBZ. And maybe he could try to kill Abed. He's got no mana. They have no glimpse, sadly, for these structures, so just kidding. Another arrow's about to fly out. It will hit onto FBZ. They don't have enough mana for a Starstorm. It's going to be close. One more auto attack. They need to stop. They will get it. Abed leaps away. They might lose DJ. Kinetic Field comes out. He's going to stick up. He's going to go for the TP.
No, man, come on.
That's depressing.
Ooh. Well, I mean,
lane is great.
Fnatic looking good, but poor Boom ID are just getting their ankles broken.
Yeah. And it's not going to get any easier.
Abed leaps in. He wants Joku. All right. Snipe him randomly with the arrow. Why not? Come on, let's go.
He is very farmed again. Abed. Like I said in the draft, I was very interested to see what hero he played in game 2 and how well he played, and he is not disappointing on this knock. Of course, a lot of the help is coming in from DJ, but that's to be expected. He is having a heck of a game right now. 2K net worth lead. Envy is somehow second in net worth despite having a lot of pressure applied to him early on in the game and him dying once. They have the top 3 in net worth now, as the Nyx is actually 3rd. And Phantom Lancer has been run at for the past, like, 2 minutes, so... In fact, he continues to get run at by Universe, who's now level 6, by the way, so Vendetta is a possibility for this Fnatic team. And he is, in fact, going for the Meteor Hammer, by the way. Just thought I'd throw that out there.
Yep. This is the, I mean, this is the build that EG were doing all the time. They're picking Nyx, they're buying Meteor Hammer. They really seem to believe in it. So there you go. Universe following in those footsteps a little bit. Oh. Ooh. Okay, they missed the stun.
They get that impaled, maybe things could...
Dream Cell's keen. Look at this.
Yeah, he wants this kill. Spirit Lance comes out. He needs one more, but the impale comes in at the perfect time. Universe still has his Vendetta available, but Dream Cell is kind of out of there. Got level 4 Phantom Rush, which makes it a lot easier for him to get in and out.
Yeah, it's a really nice ability for farming as well. Once he moves into the jungle, we'll definitely start to see the impact of that. He's dropping really low here, though. Dream Cell trying to outplay him. actually juking him with the illusion. Universe does have a spiked carapace, so he's not really in too much trouble. But actually, as I say that,
he is. Yeah, Grimacell gets the Spirit Lance off. Really good jukes, actually. Controlling the illusions. Universe kind of gets outplayed a little bit there and gets dropped down still. Nice stuff. They needed that kill for Grimacell. It was kind of getting low, but DJ runs in. He actually breaks the smoke from Kescute and St. DeLucas. Even Yokum is here. DJ has Song of the Siren, so if you just want to pop that and get out, he could, but they don't even need to because the Astral, even if it hits, they're not really set up to fight.
So just sad that he only has 1 point in Glimpse at the moment. He went for Thunderstrike to try and have some slightly more reliable laning impact, and not really working out. All right, they're going to give these stacks kind of to the Sand King. They didn't stack either of those camps again, but he is going to have his Blink Dagger before too long.
Yeah.
They desperately need somebody on the team to start moving around and setting things up, since they are getting kind of just out-farmed in the neutral game, right? Neither team is really making too many aggressive moves. Fnatic are applying pressure, but not, you know, it's not a ridiculous number of kills. I think they're just kind of getting more across the map.
And they're really shutting down this Tinker. They need to make space for FBZ at this point. The best way to do that is going to be this Dagger, and he's close. He's about 1 or 2 more camps to work with, and then he'll have it. But for now, he's going to have to head elsewhere. Envy working on an armlet at this point.
Yeah, pretty standard Lifestealer build. Has gone for the slightly tankier option in the power treads, which I like. Just make him a little bit more difficult to deal with. Same kind of idea as the Lone Druid in the previous game, where you just want to be a hero where if the enemy team does come to gank you, it just takes a big commitment, right?
Envy, they've got the Epicenter, they've got the Static Storm. This could be a big kill. The Stomp comes out as well. Envy's going to fall here. Moonlight Shadow's not going to be fast enough, and even if it was, he would still die, more than likely. But that is a big kill. That is Epicenter. No Blink Dagger. He's actually got enough money now, so he does that without a Blink. They smoke up, and they find a pretty big kill, getting Envy down. And they're going to start pressuring this Tier 1 tower in the meantime because of it.
Yeah, that was really nice. And they do need these rotations to keep connecting because the Phantom Lancer is going Battle Fury. So he has kind of traded away his mid-game power spike for a more reliable and smoother late game and stronger late game, but that means that he's not going to be fighting as much.
They glimpse him back. He's going to infest in. He doesn't rage. So Envy TPs and unfortunately wastes a lot of time. And now DJ's here alone, actually. They might be able to die this. He does have a song, but he's not going to use it. They'll have the Nyx come in. St. DeLucas can buy his Blink Dagger from the side shop and get out. Yokum also kind of in the tree line, but he's fine. That was a nice little set of plays there from Boom ID. They get the tower kill. They glimpse Envy back to stop them from farming. And they are able to get out together as a team. Pretty big stuff there from Boom ID.
Yeah, nicely done. And nope. Universe is on the prowl. Just dodges the edge of this sentry. Oh no, looks like they may have actually spotted him for a second.
I think so. So they're going to sit in sort of under the tower. They're going to send back FBC under the tier 2 so they can survive. Getting close to bot, so game. While they found DJ, this Splitter comes out. He's got the song. He's going to get it off in time. No TP though. He actually might die because of this. They don't have a burst strike mana though. See, Astral was about to go, but DJ looks like he survived.
Grimacell gonna get his camp stolen by Ladai. Not very nice for him, but at least I think part of the reason that he wanted to go Battle Fury is he just wanted the Ring of Health really badly.
Static Storm. DJ, no song to work with. He's gonna die to this, and now Universe needs to be careful too. He's got Vendetta. He doesn't have a Meteor Hammer, and Pale will miss. Arrow does hit onto Yokum though. Glimpse comes out. That'll be onto Abed. He gets the Starstorm off in time. Meteor Hammer was channeled, gets canceled though, and the Universe doesn't use it.
Oh, Pilot Eye caught out down bottom at the same time underneath the tier 1 tower.
80 and open wounds. He might be able to live. The Phantom Rush, the range. Screamacell gets the kill. In the meantime, trying to chase down St. DeLucas. He has invested if he wants to try to get the kill that way, but he's going to have to back up. There's the Burrow Strike. I don't think they have enough damage. Screamacell, I'm not sure he can do this. Rage is back up in 5. He has the armor to work with. He's got the infest, but Screamacell continues to pressure. So Pilot Eye will fall again.
And with that, Tinker just about to grab his BOTs, which is nice. That's all right. I mean, boom, they're doing it. We said that the Sand King had to make some plays and pick up the Blink Dagger, and it's been working out. The Nyx Assassin not too successful just yet. We'll see what Universe can get done.
Yeah, that's an important point. He's kind of rotated around, but he's either been too late to the party or he died to Grimacell. And now Dream of Cell is kind of becoming an issue because he's going to have a Battle Fury pretty soon. He's actually really close to the Demon Edge. He could also just buy a Stretch now, too. Dealing with this Phantom Lancer might become an issue later on down the road, especially with the Lifestealer.
Yeah, they don't necessarily have the best AoE for the EL, as alright. We got FBZ DCing again. Looks like he's got some issues.
He's got some definite issues. Lagging.
Yeah,
all right. Sounds about right. Some issues here and there, but I mean, so I gotta say, Boom ID at this point in last game were, I would say, getting.
They were in disarray. Yeah, yeah, they were not looking good.
Whatever term you want to use, it wasn't a very good showing. This game, they've got a lot of room to work with. They have now a Tinker with bots. He's gonna have a Soul Ring and a Blink pretty soon, hopefully. Dream of Cell is working on his Battle Fury, like we talked about. They're finding ganks. They're finding success with these ganks, whereas they weren't last game. And Universe, who had a pretty giant impact in the previous game on the Beastmaster, he's not found that much. He has 1 assist and 1 death. That is it for Universe right now. He does have a Meteor Hammer. He's working on a Blink Dagger, so things will probably get a lot better for him later in the game. But we'll see what Fnatic can do. The big thing is also Abed. He's the one that's getting a ton of farm, and he's the one that is going to be tough to deal with if you're Boom ID. He's going to have a Maelstrom pretty soon, which is going to be good against the PL. Abed is going to be the tough one to take down if you're...
I think the only problem is that this game he's a Mirana instead of OD. So the scaling potential is just not as high. He's gone for a bunch of these smaller items and is actually now even queuing up... Well,
Ags?
Yeah.
Interesting.
He hasn't even finished the Maelstrom just yet, but
no, he has a Mithril Hammer.
Yeah. Yeah, but I just think this is a game where they can catch and kill the Mirana. And her... Like, the hero just doesn't scale that well with net worth either. Just because you don't really, you know, all of your spells, you got 2 nukes, and then a tiny steroid in Leap, and then Moonlight Shadow, which is also not really impacting your damage output in fights. So I worry a little bit that this game Fnatic might actually be on somewhat of a timer.
Yeah.
Which is scary against a Tinker ET kind of a lineup. So we'll see what they can get done.
And not even, I keep talking about Dream of Cell, but I'm not even, like, once this Tinker gets some items and, like, a Blink Dagger and he starts getting out of control, I don't know what they're really going to do.
Yeah, I'm just not even so convinced that, like, Nyx is even that much of a... It is certainly annoying for the Tinker to play against, but once you get to a certain point, like, is it even that much of a counter? You spend all your time in the trees.
It's not like a Spirit Breaker or a Clockwork in that sense. Like, who has vision or who can charge. Maybe not even Spirit Breaker. I don't know.
Yeah, I still think Fnatic are going to be able to find him, but the other thing to mention is that they've got this Keeper of the Light, but he's not really... This isn't a GH Keeper of the Light. It's not being prioritized. They're not going to try and rush him an Aghanim Scepter or anything like that, so that's not really going to come into the equation. Though I do think Fnatic should have, like, fairly confident control over the next 10-15 minutes, let's say, but there's also big playmaking potential on the Boom side, where if they get like a 2-man Blink Burrow into Static Storm Kinetic Field getting dropped, into ET getting an Earth Splitter down, that easily kills you know, 2 or 3 heroes on Fnatic. Oh man, he's playing at a Net Cafe, huh?
Cheap Net Cafe. That's unfortunate.
That's the SEA Dota grind.
Dude, I kind of wish we had more net cafes in America. We have like one every city essentially.
I mean, everybody just has their own PCs and whatnot.
We have it pretty
It's...
lucky in America in that regard. Yeah. But also, I guess net cafes wouldn't work unless you're in a big city. That's the only way it works, you know. And like even the big one that people always use in Seattle, GameClux, is actually like 30 minutes away from Seattle. So even some of the big PC cafes here in America are pretty far away from the actual big locations that people come. So it's just a different thing, I guess. We're used to
tough. And then even
at home.
Even the net cafes that people that are in the US and like even Australia, they tend to be relatively expensive as well. That's the other thing in my experience, that it's just the economics end up working out a little bit differently. In SEA, you have
they don't get as many people to come in.
Yeah, exactly. So it's tough. Meanwhile, in SEA, they know that they can fill all the seats pretty much non-stop, so can afford to charge a little bit less. But
yeah,
there you go.
And you can like smoke inside those things too, can't you? Don't people just like? I guess it depends on the country you're in, but I've seen that cafes where people are smoking non-stop in there.
Yeah, I think that's
something that would never happen in America anymore.
True. Yeah.
America's not into that. Let me tell you.
Yeah, not in Australia either. That's for sure.
Not even allowed to smoke in restaurants really anymore in a lot of the American states, though.
Where are we at?
Anyway, hopefully he gets back.
Yeah, hopefully. Where are we at on vaping indoors? I think that's also some places are starting to ban that as well.
Yeah, I think so. Personally, I don't have an issue with it. I'm completely fine. You could vape in my face, and I don't really care. I think it actually smells good aroma. But there are people out there that are like, if you vape anywhere near me, I will fucking leave. There are people like that, which I understand. I get it. I think it's fine personally. That's the whole point of vaping, right? Is to not bother other people, not to hurt yourself too much, not to hurt other people. You know, with smoking, and I think vaping is. Yeah. If you vape, I'm totally fine with you vaping indoors. I have no issues with that whatsoever.
I mean, there's always going to be the people that are probably trying to push it a little bit too far, right? Blowing big clouds in a restaurant or something.
That's the one complaint I hear a lot of the time is when people are like just blowing these huge vape clouds indoors, and you're like, okay, well that's maybe a little too much. That's when you're taking it too far, perhaps. I don't know. But I have no personal issue with vaping. But times are weird, dude. 2018. 2018 is a strange year, let me tell you.
It's the current year, Travis.
It is indeed the current year. Strange time, my friend.
I'm gonna blow your mind. It's always the current year. There you go.
That's unbelievable. You've blown my mind indeed. So in terms of what we're looking at for the rest of this tournament, for the rest of this qualifier, we have
yes.
Regeneration.
All right, we're back. We're in. We're going. Nyx Assassin's on the prowl. He's trying to get this stun on the spirit. He doesn't get it. Dreamacell. TP's out.
He walked right through a sentry. So yeah.
True.
Very good TP. Yoakum still. Oh, he riptide as Yoakum was walking back behind the tower. He could have gotten killed there. But now the Tinker is in. He's bots. He's going to march the wave. And this is where things get a little rough for Fnatic. See if they can't find...
I've been just sitting on this hill. Might get punished for it.
Static Storm, good impale though. Abed's still in trouble. Might get caught out and killed here. The Meteor Hammer's going to come down, keeps him alive for now. He comes back in. Starstorm, he's got to leap away. He will survive. And St. Luca is about to get arrowed. He avoids it, but he will still get auto attack down. It looks like one more auto attack. The leap from Abed. They want this kill. He leaps 3 times. The Blake! Oh my God! St. Luca's actually survived and denies himself to Roshan. Abed used all 3 leaps and he still couldn't get the kill. Oh, St. Luca's making some plays, let me tell you.
Bad angle on that last leap. I don't even know if it gained him a significant amount of health, but he dropped his drum to use his wand in the Static Storm.
That is impressive. Oops.
Glimpse back.
Dong, but he gets glimpsed away. Dreamcell still might get hit up. In fact, he will. Do they know this is the real one? I think they do. The arrow coming in, not timed well. The ensnare comes out a little bit too late. Now they're under the tier 1. The impale, it actually misses somehow.
Man, what is this?
And Universe is going to have to back himself away. It was from the low ground. It would have been hype if it hit, but now Universe is going to get caught and potentially killed. He's got Spike Carapace. They might try to turn this. Universe getting chased down. There's the Spike Carapace. They still have the Stomp available. Burrow Strike coming in, and Universe will get dropped down. And a couple of whiffed engagements, a couple of missed kills coming in from Fnatic are going to start costing them here, as now Dreamcell is fighting back and forth with Abed for the top net worth spot.
Yeah, this is very not good. Like, they've only taken 1 tower in 60 minutes against the Tinker. Have not been connecting their teamfight combos all that well. And I think their lineup definitely just gets outscaled here. Like, the Mirana probably just goes, maybe even just Maelstrom BKB, and then they just have to hope that they can, like, win a fight, get an Aegis with the Deso, and go from there, because PL is just getting big. He's getting big really fast.
We just saw it too. He just blew up Highlight Eye. Starting to become a very big issue. Universe has been dead. He sees Dreamcell, but there's nobody up here. This is not like the last game where they had a relocate ready to go. They have to deal with mid. There's a static storm coming out. Envy's dead. And Stair comes in from DJ too late. He doesn't have Song. He's about to get stomped up. He will avoid it narrowly. He's got some launch charges, but this is still bad. Burrow Strike comes in. DJ will fall. A double kill for Yoko, and Boom ID starting to take over this game. 3 dead for Fnatic. Now just down a little bit in net worth, and they will lose St. DeLuca elsewhere. Universe is still looking top off. Was able to get that kill in the arrow, I'm pretty sure. Going to try to TP to the Shrine. They've got the Meteor Hammer, but Dreamcell Doppelgangers at the right time. He'll go for the TP. The arrow, it hits an illusion. It was going to be very close anyways. Dreamcell is able to survive yet again.
Yeah, so the stun duration is longer than the channel duration, but because of the landing time, looks like PL can just always get the Doppel off and not get hit. So
that's pretty depressing.
Yeah, they don't really have the lockdown for this PL. They don't have the clear or the lockdown. This PL pick is actually looking very, very scary this game. I don't know what.
Yeah, I mean, we're not even talking about a Tinker now too. Farming away at this point. He's about to get a Blink Dagger. I mean, he had a pretty rough start, all things considered, for FGC. You give a Tinker enough room, and you're sure to be able to get back into the game. Not to mention, there's still plenty of tier 1 towers available for Boom ID. And again, not that great of push for Fnatic. Plenty of waves clear for Boom ID. Burrow Strike comes out, but he gets recalled as the Burrow hits. In the meantime, though, they're going to find a kill onto not the hero they wanted. It's the Disruptor. He does force up the static storm, but Universe might get caught and killed because of it. They're going to bots in. They're going to try to laser him down more than likely. His sleep duration is pretty insane. Universe will get heat-seeking missiles. Not enough to get the kill, but at least they get a kill. They got a Disruptor, so there's that.
Yeah, it's something. This PL is fighting way better at this point than I was anticipating with the Battle Fury. I guess it's just a big part of, like, the hero is just generally quite good this game, and I don't have the tools to really do anything about him. And going on to Abed here.
Moonlight Shadow, though. If protection will drop the sentry, they're going to glimpse him back. He's going to leap out. Laser coming in. There's the song. Abed just away. Goes DJ. There's no way to stop him there in time. In fact, he tries to get it, but not going to work. So, nice little pickup with the tier 1 tower. They are able to get out, but still very sketchy. Very sketchy stuff with. And I think Pilot Eye might be dead again. He does have a 4-staff. Okay, maybe not. That's what's blinding right now. He's going to recall somebody in, but Dreamcell's already run away. So this is the good news for Fnatic. They're able to pull heroes across the map like Abed and get a lot more farm that way than maybe you get regularly.
Universe, what can he find?
Fail, and Vendetta comes up. There's the Meteor Hammer, the Ensnare, the Dust. St. DeLuca's ball. Riptide, maybe not. Yeah, he burns down. And he's being best bomb. That was nice.
And be running over with the goal. Like, hey guys, nice, do you need me? No? Alright, I'm gonna go hit some more creeps.
This is a big smoke for Boom ID in the top lane. They're going to find Pilot Eye. Abed needs to be careful. They're going to go up for a kinetic tool. They actually miss it. Leap away. Flips him back in. Pilot Eye, he'll be inside the static storm. Forces himself away. He might actually be able to survive this.
They went for both kills and got neither. Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like Dreamcell maybe had the right idea. He was just trying to give vision over Abed so they could glimpse him back into a storm, but then I think they panicked a little bit running into Pi around the corner. So, all right, there you go.
They still have a 2K lead. This game could easily swing back. I mean, like you mentioned, the late game is not fantastic for Fnatic. There are ways to deal with these heroes. There are ways to get back into this game. See, I mean, they have some very highly skilled players. So if any team can do it, it's probably Fnatic. But it's not going to be easy. Universe is still kind of really yet to find any big targets other than St. Lucas. He's gotten like 2 kills and an assist. It's been like 20 minutes, so not the best game for this Nyx Assassin Universe, but if they can't find somebody mid.
Yeah, I favor the Boom like lineup at this point, but I think Fnatic, like you're saying, could still kind of play it out at this point. Like they could just still play their way out of this tough situation. It's only going to take 1 or 2 deaths on the Phantom Lancer for Fnatic to be able to kind of deal with them. And if they win a couple of fights, then they're going to get their Ags on the Caudal and might actually be able to start sieging this pretty hard with the Lifestealer. Just go up, take a couple of hits, heal everybody up, back off, wait for rage. It's not going to be fast, but they do have a way to eventually win this game, which is sometimes tough against Tinker ET. Sometimes you're winning super hard, but then you just can't actually close it out, and things get flipped back over on you.
I can see one way or the other, though. Regardless of who wins, this game could probably go for like 50 more.
Ooh, they want Abed up top.
They're probably going to get him as well. Abed's going to get caught and killed. Very big gank between Drew Macel and St. Lucas. Finally getting involved. Kill going their way, and Abed is dead for 50 seconds. And they're going to try to turn this into a tier 2 tower push. In the meantime, DJ and Pilot pushing bottom, Envy pushing in mid with a couple of heroes, but again, with a tanker spam, it's pretty easy to do.
How was Sankey not going for Force Staff? I'm shocked, honestly. I do not think Crimson is the item. Anyway,
losing Abed, lose the tier 2 tower. The Universe is still on the hunt with this vendetta. It's actually done now. They were pretty close to finding the Tinker, but he's out of there, out of trouble. And Fnatic just kind of grasping at anything right now. They do have a ward that'll spot Yokum and say to walk out. Yokum now. Perfect target. If they know, I think they're trying to set up something bottom, and I think Boom ID are baiting this, actually. They don't have the sentry, though. Or the tower will actually stop them. Universe points to the street. They're going to find things because there's the throw coming out. Like Careful's coming in. Dust comes through. Good static storm on the Universe with Song of the Siren, though. Universe still taking a lot of damage. He's dead. And they have to leave now. It looks like they're going to go back NG. He has no rage. He's going to get burst struck, and he's dead as well. So 2 dead. Time to leave if you are Fnatic. You got to get out of here at this point. DJ trying to get away. Blinding Light coming through. Dream himself trying to find any target that he can. DJ will TP out successfully. Will they find more? Abed would be the target to get. They're going to try to chase him down. He's got leaps to work with. He's got another one. He will leave as St. Lucas goes for the burrow strike. Another laser heat-seeking missile combination. He will shrine just to stay alive for now. He will at least. Very big fight again for Boom ID.
That was so nice. They were, like you said, they were baiting a little bit. I think they were just trying to bait their Tinker. They were probably anticipating that the way that was going to go is that like Tinker would TP in, and then the Naga was going to come down with the Song running, and they would try and go on the Tinker and then be able to counter initiate it with the Stomp, Storm, etc. But instead, Universe just blinked into them, and they found an even better, well, even cleaner way to take that fight than Fnatic. And they have to force things at this point. This is kind of their peak timing is not their complete peak, but I think the relative peak between these two lineups is just about to be hit, where Lifestealer's got this Deso, so he's about to start falling off, and the Mirana's got her BKB, so she can fight at kind of long last, and maybe stand and actually deal some damage, though I don't know how much damage that's actually going to turn out to be. It is still just a Mirana after all.
Yeah, exactly. It feels pretty tough. He's his BKB now. He's trying to build his Mjolnir, but this PL is pretty gigantic, and St. Lucas continues to find these big initiations. There is now the Caudal Axe. That comes out. Oh, it misses. That's going to be big. First one is going to come out. Universe is going to channel this. They want to get it onto the Disruptor, and they will. So the Disruptor is definitely dead. The question is, can they find anything else? The Sleep actually hits pretty well. The Stomp came out pretty perfectly. Stops them from getting anything else, but maybe they can find FPC. He's got no blink. He can try to rearm. Impale about to hit potentially. There it is. There's no more arrow, though, but this is a big kill. Very big kill for Fnatic. They turn 2. If they only get the Disruptor, yeah, maybe not that great, but they find a very big target in a Tinker, and maybe they turn this into Roche. Can be desperate for you.
All right, well, I called it. Fnatic's like relative peak, and they're finding a lot around it. Yeah, they know that they can just kind of keep running. They've got the vision from the Keeper of the Light as well, so they got good catch. I don't know how Tinker got caught on mid. It looked to me like he just needed to like rearm again and blink away. They just kind of let Fnatic walk over to him, and yeah, with that, I mean they head into Roche. We've seen some. Well, we saw dubious Roche almost do TNC in earlier, but I think Fnatic should be able to get this one relatively cleanly.
A song. They want to try to catch. They found the PL. This could be huge if they can set something up here. It's not going to be easy. The Glimpse comes back out, though. They need an Impale to start things off. Dreamicell is so fast. He Phantom rushes to Pile I Die. He'll doppelganger his way out. They've got the burst strike. That'll be under the DJ. Dreamicell is trying to run, and it looks like he might be able to make it away. He's going to Manta. He'll try to juke and jive. They found Dreamicell. No, they checked the illusions. They've dropped down DJ, and now Pile I Die is getting run at by Dreamicell. There's no way to deal with this man. They need an Impale. They will finally find it. Pile I Die is still alive. They need this kill. The Moonlight Shadow will come in the Illuminate. He'll still fall, though. Pile I Die getting dropped down. They just have no way of dealing with Dreamicell, no way of locking him down if they don't know which one is real, as you just saw. And just like that, they move into Roche. They will probably take this ages for them.
Oh, man. Well, this might be the beginning of the end for Fnatic. I mean, that last fight looked okay, but then PL sauntered in and just made them look pretty dumb, honestly.
Yeah.
You got the sleep.
That was pretty bad.
Yeah.
I mean, they need some way of locking this guy down. They can't, like, the song and Pale timing is rough, as we saw. But I'm not sure what you could do other than that.
Yeah, they have no instant disables, really, other than, I mean, the problem was that there were 3 illusions there. If it's just the PL, then I'm sure that they'll just line up the arrow with the song, and they probably kill him. But that's the only thing that they really have. Everything else gives him the opportunity to, like, doppel away, which is...
Yeah.
It's just tough. And then, as we saw, once he's out of there, he just phantom rushes to something or one of your heroes, and becomes very, very hard.
This is where they could have used the Disruptor instead of the Naga Coddle that they picked up. And, yeah.
Well, they got the Night picked. They first picked the Naga, and then the Disruptor and the ET immediately both got grabbed. So
yeah,
I think very heads up.
Very smart drafting for sure from Boom Mike. And they need this win. They need to get back into this game. And it's still not over. They only have a 2K lead. FBZ is going to get caught and killed, potentially. The rest of the team is coming, but they're not going to be there in time. And University, they need to get out. They're about to get caught. The Stomp will come in. There's the Burrow onto 2. The Static Storm on top of it. The Moonlight Shadow. It's not going to save them. They dust them up. They drop University. Earthsplitter will drop Envy on top of it. So even when they get the Tinker, they will lose 2 heroes. Just a heads-up play from Boom. Immediately smoking. And they'll probably also be able to deny their, or rather, get the ward down bottom. Probably a single ward down there. But not good.
No, this feels kind of similar to the game that TNC lost, right? It was just a PL that they couldn't deal with, and also kind of happening to Fnatic. I mean, you asked me as well. I think in the draft of that game, Travis was like, "Oh, how do you deal with a Phantom Lancer?" And it turns out that it's really not an easy question to answer.
Zero seems pretty good right now.
Yeah.
He's doing a lot of work this game for Dreamicell. He's top of the network. Not surprisingly, though, because Dreamicell had a great game last game and what was a pretty much one-sided stomp. And his team finally gets some room to work with. He can certainly take over this game. He's an Aegis now. He's his Manta Style and Diffusal. Once he gets the Scotty, I don't know how you actually kill him. They don't have very much damage to do it at this time. So.
No.
This 4K lead feels a lot more than 4K at the.
Yeah, just because there's that lingering question of like, how do they kill this Phantom Lancer. And you think about the impact the Disruptor has had this game with like no items, right? He's got literally Tranquil Boots, a Bracer, and a Cloak, and he's been jamming 2 hero Kinetic Field Static Storms all game. I think you definitely see why people have been in such a team fight centric meta. It's no surprise to see so much Disruptor picked.
They will find Tinker, but not in the spot that they wanted him to. DJ now with no song needs to get out of here. Think the Lucas under the tower. Universe is nearby. Blink and Tail is going to come through. They have the lifestealer, but the Cruising Guard is popped. And St. Lucas is completely fine. He uses his Swan Charge. He moves back to full HP. So there's that. Scotty's now done. Abed is a DD room, but it's about to wear off.
Oh. DJ getting scouted here, maybe? No.
Oof. Just firing at some of these initiations as well. The one item I do like Fnatic getting is Universe with an Aghanim Scepter. That'll probably help with the illusions. And just high ground defense in general is going to be, it's probably one of the best items in that regard. So maybe that's a way to deal with it.
I mean, maybe if everybody just gets 6 slotted on the Fnatic side and they build like a Battle Fury on the Lifestealer, then
I mean,
that's where the answer lies. Oh, they got that first
They
stun.
got the Meteor Hammer. Wow, he actually got it off in time. That's insane. He still has an Aegis. DJ's dead.
See ya.
That is unfortunate. And
See ya.
Dead too. Illuminate coming in. Abed's gonna have to leap away.
He's going in.
That's coming to the Universe. He's really in. He has an Aegis. I don't think he cares. Oh, he's really in there.
You want to lose all your... Just use all your leaps, dude. Use them all. Every single one. Back to the fountain.
Back at the very least. Dream itself.
4v1.
He's got Aegis for another 8 seconds if they can wait it out. They're gonna... No, that's unfortunate. Literally like...
All right, arrow him.
1 second from
Abed, you gotta land this.
Oh, he got it! The Meteor Hammer's gonna come out. They're gonna get this kill. The Static Storm. Oh my god, he doppelgangered away in time. The Illuminate came in. He would have died. And now he's gonna get earned up. Oh, they were so close. They were so close. They had it. They still have a 2-man fail. They take this fight. The Illuminate comes in. They won't get Dream of Cell with the next best thing. Man, that was a hefty dive. That almost was disastrous for Boom ID. My god.
Yeah, I think Boom ID might be asking him like, dude, why were you there? why were you in front of their fountain? And I mean, we could kind of see it. We saw what was happening. It felt like nobody could fight him. He was just driving them all the way back to the fountain, and then I guess maybe didn't factor in that he might just get arrowed the instant that he respawned. His team came to bail him out, but it did cost them relatively heavily, and Fnatic back out on the prowl.
This next like minute is going to be very important. Abed is dying. He is dead, I think.
See ya.
Yes. Cell is doing some serious work. Earthsplitter coming in.
And they missed the stun on the Tinker, and now it looks like Universe might be dead as well, and that's the gem gone. And now they're gonna go. Oh my!
By the way, Dream Cell. Level 25.
So nice. He dodged the glimpse with mirror image. Run, DJ, run! 4 staff in 3. Blink now.
Fine.
No, if they clicked on him, they know that he has no TP.
No TP.
Oh, they think he went. I think he went up.
You're fine, DJ. You're fine. He's actually so sketchy. He's getting recalled.
He's good. He's good.
So I mean, now this PL's level 25, so he gets the 30% crit, which is even worse for Fnatic. And they were not able to get the tier 2 tower. They were pushing kind of heavily. They also dove the Tinker like we talked about in the tail. So Boom ID, one good push away from finishing off the Sprax. They have to do it into a coddle though, and it is daytime. It's not going to be that easy, but they do have a PL.
At the very least, there's no sleep at the moment. So.
Universe still no ags yet. He'll get off the tail. The snare will come out as they get the Meteor Hammer, which does hit. It'll stun. It'll do some damage. The arrow not in time from Abed. He's gonna get comes back. BKB now done for the Tinker, so he can get involved in some more fights and stay a little bit longer. Perhaps Blinding Light will miss. Highlight Eye. Trying to find somebody who can't really get it. And Boom ID will reset. Next Roche maybe up in 10 seconds. We'll see if it respawns early for them, which would be nice in terms of them finishing off the game, but Fnatic barely hanging on. They're going to smoke again. It looks like I can try to find something. Rumicel's going to head bottom, but this guy's already proven that he's pretty much impossible to kill, so they have to find a different target.
Did Fnatic get their gem back somehow? I could have sworn I saw Universe die with it.
He did. But... he did die with it. I don't know how they got it back. Nope, it's still here. It's literally still right here.
Oh, all right. Never mind, yeah.
So I guess they just bought another one.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because Pi has one as well. And then I was checking all of the Radiant hero inventories, and I was like, oh, he's got it. There you go. He's onto it.
They got it. They just
yeah. So there are 2 gems. That's actually their gem that they just got back. That's Jokum's gem.
Okay.
So there you go. I guess that's how that played out
for the Nyx assassin.
Yeah, not as bad. Envy just going to be going for an MKB here. Actually, not too far away. Be nice to have. PL is definitely going to be going for Butterfly. Yep, he's got that quarterstaff. And Fnatic doing their best. The strength of their high ground is still there. They've almost got the Aghanim Scepter up on the Nyx assassin for even more high ground defense. And I guess the one thing that they do have going for them is that at this point the PL is pretty much capped.
Yeah, that's true. But they can't ignore him. He does so much damage in these fights that it's... I don't know what they can do against him, but they will have to deal with Roche respawn in 15 seconds. Something to consider. Bottom is getting pushed in, at the very least. Boom ID looking to try to finish off the creepy tower in the mid lane. It is nighttime, which is good news for Boom ID. No battle lags really to deal with. But here is the Aghanim Scepter. I'm not sure how big of an item this is going to be for Universe, but I'm excited to see what it can do. What it can actually accomplish against Boom ID in these fights.
The Mana Burn is actually going to hurt against the PL, especially now that he has the Scotty picked up. I don't think they're going to be able to him. Maybe if they get a like 4-staff Mana Leak, throw out some Mana Burns. But all right, Boom probably just going to clean up the shrine real fast.
The Roche, one would assume.
Abed's built up quite a bit of damage. He's got an MKB, he's got a Crystallis. If they land their stuns, I think they can actually right-click through the Boom lineup pretty quickly. Like, none of them are particularly tanky.
Yeah.
The PL, you know, 2.9k HP, sure. And I guess the Sand King does have the Crimson Guard as well, but... Fnatic still see a way to win. And that's Envy for you, right? He's just... He sees that there's still some way to win this game, and that is actually where Fnatic are at their scariest.
Boom is about to realize that they are in the Roach pit.
Or maybe not? Oh, they are going to realize it now.
Now they did.
Oh no.
They're going to static star. Oh, this is bad. They're going to use the Roach against it. But a triple kill for Jokum. And Abed will narrowly get away, but this Roche is dropped down an ultra kill. I didn't even see it. How did that happen?
All right, so Abed leaps up onto the cliff, and he's just sitting here TPing. And then Jokum, with all of his bonus damage on the Astral Spirit, slides up the cliff and punches him once and finishes it. Oh, that's
pretty nice. That might be what seals it. There's no buyback on these big cores of the Lifestealer or the Mirana. And you can imagine with how much damage Dreamcell and the rest of the team do that they're going to take these buildings rather quickly. There is no glyph to work with on the Dire team. And this building and this base are going to get ravaged pretty quickly. So yeah. They almost
DJ's probably,
I guess, but
I think DJ's kicking himself for getting caught, because if he gets the like that should, I think, in theory for Fnatic be a free Roshan. They sleep and they get it. There's like no way for Boom to really do anything to stop them, and instead DJ gets caught, gets silenced, and then they just lose the fight, and then any thread that they had left on this game is gone.
Honestly, the support duo for Boom ID to make the plays that they've made between the Disruptor and the Elder Titan, making the space for Dreamcell, really everybody that from Boom played pretty well, all things considered. And they really shut Fnatic down in a game that could have been a lot harder for them at the beginning of this game. But Boom made all the right plays. They got to the late game. They got Dreamcell huge. They're going to take Maker Creeps, and more than likely, in fact, 99% likely, they're going to move on to a game 3 here. And this is a huge, against a team like Fnatic, for a team like Boom ID, this is going to be a huge turnaround. They will have to sleep. They found, I think, the right PL. They're going to use a throw strike epicenter, though. They're going to get Envy. He's going to get dropped down. They can't really deal with himself. Laser will come through. The Earth Splitter onto 2. And they're just routing Fnatic back into the base, back into the well. Pilot will get off a blinding light, but that is GG. And we will move on to game number 3.
I got to give Saint DeLucas some praise for his performance in this game. I think extremely well. You know, really found a bunch of pickoffs. They killed Abed that one time top. They found the pickoff on Envy before he even had the blink. He really set up his team the whole game long, and he was the team fight setup as well, right? It was his burst strikes that were setting up for the static storms, giving vision for the glimpses. I don't even